Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Banish the Doubt. Tonight, just want to share some thoughts that I've been having. And nothing as far as the board, nothing as far as notes from anybody else, Wayne Dyer or Louise Hay or Joe Dispenza or what have you. But yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, Spanish, that is May 5th. And I was thinking, May 5th, how many of you woke up this morning and you were defined by a vision for your life? How many of you woke up this morning and it was Monday morning, and you went to the same job, saw the same people, came home, saw the same husband, the same wife, kids, dog, whatever, and it's now here about 8:30 Monday night here in New Jersey in America. And how many of you are going to a job tomorrow or maybe your business that owns you instead of you owning the business? How many of you are going to a job which is an acronym for just over broke? How many of you are waking up tomorrow morning or going to bed tonight completely satisfied with your life, saying, yes, I have multiple streams of income. I could I have more than 6 months to a year of savings in my bank account. If I have a house, I easily pay my house, nothing to worry about. After that, I can easily pay everything and still have many, many dollars left over in the bank account. How many of you could say, I'm going to take a month off, and then when you come back a month from now, have more money in the bank, and you're actually earning more money? You're generating, not earning. Scratch that. We don't earn money, we generate money. You'll be generating more money coming back from vacation than before when you left. And my question to you then is, if not, why not? You see, ladies and gentlemen, I believe because we've been controlled. We're being controlled. We're being controlled by a society that has us exactly where it wants us. Our beliefs. It has us believing that there's stress in the world. But if I were to ask my son tomorrow morning to go outside before he goes to school and say, go get me a bucket of stress, he would say, what are you talking about? What are you, a bucket of stress? There is no, there's nothing out there. Because there's no stress, ladies and gentlemen. There is no stress. It's something that we manufacture in our head. But how many of you are watching this video now and maybe are a subscriber to my channel? And if you haven't done so and you're watching this video and you're liking what you hear so far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you receive all of my videos. You see, because my passion is to communicate this message to you, and I'm talking to myself as well, to understand that there's so much more to this life. There's so much more to who you are. There's a vision inside of you that for far too long you've suppressed, you've turned a blind eye to. You said, I don't believe that, or I'm too afraid of that, or that'll never work out for me. Or you don't understand, we're not those types of people. We don't, my family's never been rich. My family's never gone to college. You see, we generate all this belief, all these ideas in our head, and most of them have been passed on down from generation to generation. But I'm here to tell you, it's no one's responsibility except for you. You and you alone, ladies and gentlemen, are responsible for exactly where you are right now. That for some of you may be very difficult to believe or to hear, but that's what it's going to take to turn you around. Just put your stake in the ground tonight and say, that's it. I'm growing up. I'm going to start to look at every single moment of my life, and I'm going to be in that moment. I'm going to live in that moment. I'm going to live now in this moment. And I'm going to start to understand that it's been my thinking all along that has gotten me right where I'm at. So, in order for me to change my personal reality, which is where I'm at right now, I have to change my personality, because it's my personality that creates my personal reality. And if I get a hold of my thinking now and I understand how my thinking is creating my life right here in this moment, and I get a hold of that and I start to change that and I start to invest my thoughts instead of just spending my thoughts. Well, what do you mean, George? How do you invest your thoughts? You invest your thoughts by thinking, by understanding what you've been thinking. See, we spend our thoughts when we're sitting around not doing anything. We're just kind of going with the flow, and we're gossiping in the corner at work. And we're still talking to John and still talking to Susie. And we're talking about John. We're talking with John about Bob. We're talking with Susie about Michelle or Maria. That's spending our thoughts. That's us being the same little hamster in the same little hamster wheel, spinning and spinning and spinning, and then going home and saying, "I don't understand why we can't seem to pay these bills. I don't understand why I can't seem to pay the rent or the mortgage. This car keeps breaking down, and I don't have the money to pay for it." This is why, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the situation you're in. I was in there. I've been in that situation. I know what it's like to not be able to make the mortgage payment. Okay, I know what it's like to look at a report from a surgery and see the word malignant. I'm not saying, "Oh, woe is me," but this is the stuff that, as I started to learn about this, I started to learn, well, how did this happen? Right here, me. I'm the reason why it happened. Nobody else. It's time to stop. It's time to stop pointing the finger at that person and well, that them over there. It's not. It's not the economy. It's not the jobs report. It's not the price of gasoline or the eggs or the milk. It's none of that. There's so much money in this world. There's so much abundance in this world. There's so much for this world that is available to us. When you look in the mirror tonight going to bed, when you're brushing your teeth, you tell that person it ends today. It ends right now. No more feeling sorry for myself. It's time to grow up. No more it's their fault. They're the reason. That's it. No. I was at a job today. It's a new job. It's a sales job. And we were tasked with learning this script since last week. And I was in the meeting, and the young man came in, and he was late to the meeting, and he was asked to not memorize the script and recite it, read it. And as he was reading it was very obvious he didn't study, he didn't look it over at all. And he said as much. The sales manager said, "Do you understand that you can generate a six-figure income working here? And I will match your efforts 100%. Oh yeah, I know. Well, you don't understand, but excuses. He doesn't see it because he doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe he can do that. There's no other reason. Or his ego is such that he's like, yeah, I can. That's easy. I can do that. He can't. But at a certain cellular level within his body. He doesn't believe he can do that. And that's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. You have to have this belief. You look in the mirror, and when you tell yourself it ends right now, you also tell yourself you are deserving of everything that is worthy in this world. You are worthy of everything. You accept yourself for who you are right now. And you start to see yourself as that improved, new and improved version of yourself, the new personal reality, because you have the new personality. You start to say, I'm going to start to walk and act and talk in a different tone. I'm going to carry myself differently as this powerful person in here, not outward. Wayne Gretzky said, when you win, say nothing. And when you lose, say less. No boasting. No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Shh. You just be quiet. You just go about your day. Here first. You think about what you've been thinking about, and you start to change this thinking. When you have time on your hands, you take out this and you say, I'm going to pull up a video, Banished Out by George. I'm going to listen to this video. I have 10 minutes. You know how much 10 minutes is worth? I don't know, watch the video. Or I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to check out Facebook and Instagram and what's ESPN Sports and what's going on in the world as far as politics. It's up to you. It's 10 minutes. But you can't spend the 10 minutes on that and then complain about the 10 minutes you just lost. You see what I'm saying? You have a choice. You can choose to point fingers out there, or you can point the finger right here and say enough is enough. It changes now. It stops right now. I take this and I utilize it for a way for me to make a tremendous amount of money. Residual. Learn what passive residual income means. It means you don't have to work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week and take all that time away from your family. It means you can leave today and go on vacation anywhere and come back, and you're actually generating more money than when you came back than when you left. You see, because the average person, ladies and gentlemen, will go on a vacation for a week. In the first, let's say, 2 to 3 days, oh, they're all happy. Yeah, everything's wonderful. They're drinking. They're having fun. They're on the beach or wherever they're at. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, they're still having fun, but Saturday, Sunday, they're back to thinking about what? Their job. They're going back home. They're going back to their work. And they're actually physically, they're not having as much fun. So their 7-day vacation was reduced to maybe 2 or 3 days at most. Doesn't have to be that way. So you're not the type of person that goes on vacation with their family, and you bring your laptop, and you're not really on vacation. You're there physically, but you're not there mentally. Why? Well, because you gotta grind. You're not really on vacation. You gotta grind. My brother-in-law and my sister, for 30 years plus of their marriage, they'd go on vacation. He'd be there for a day or two, go back home and work for 2 or 3 days, then go back and spend the next two days back on vacation. That's vacation. That's not vacation. Why? Because he had to. So listen to that voice inside. What's that voice inside saying? Are you going to write the book finally and get the passive residual income that way? Are you going to become to start your own business and become an entrepreneur? Or are you going to figure out a way to have passive residual income coming in? You're going to end up finally being the husband you should have been all these years, the wife you should have been all these years, the father, the mother you should have been all these years. Because again, if I ask my son tomorrow morning to go out to the yard and give me a bucket of stress, he'd be like, what are you talking? A bucket of stress? What are you talking about? There is no stress. You create it. I create it. We all create it. There is no stress. It's our habitual thinking. That's my message for you tonight. Change the way you've been thinking, and you change your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button with notification bell. Give it a thumbs up. And just think about what I talked about tonight. You go to bed tonight, you look in the mirror. Is tonight the night you look in the mirror, going to bed, brushing your teeth, and saying enough is enough, it ends now? Or is tomorrow just going to be yet another day in this life you've been living, and suddenly you're going to get a note in the mail or email or whatever saying it's your 30th wedding, your 30th high school reunion or college reunion. Most people, ladies and gentlemen, live lives of quiet desperation. If that's you, one question: is it time to change? Good night.